Hi, this is a game to show you how the Gothic army module plays, and I didn't prepare it, but it had a lot of Gothic action. So I chose a quite hard level, but not the hardest, because the Goths are going to make it very difficult. So the Goths are a special barbarian army that arrive when you roll a 3 or a 4. And the two difference with the standard armies is that they arrive even if the border is protected or if there is an emperor. So they can the threat of this northeastern frontier is always there. The in the game you will place them somewhere here, but in the vassal module there is a space for them, and when they arrive in 3 or 4 you place one of the standard armies on this space to remind you that the total is still 3. So the gods do not change. When the gods are on the board, one of the armies is not active. They also add 1 in their battles to the black die. So in this game I set up already, and the barbarian roll was a 3 for the army. So it's one initial army, and this army is a Gothic army. So we start with the fleet in the Mediterranean, Diocletian in Bithynia, and he prepares for Persia. 4-5, Achaia, and the Goths advance. Galerius will clean Moesia superior and wait for the Goths. 2-2, uprising in Germania inferior, and another army arrives again in Germania. The Goths and the army advance. Constantius will try to help from Gallia. 4-3, and both armies advance along the Danube. Maximian has to help because Galerius is on his own, and the Goths add 1 to their die with a quite big support. So he attacks the Germans. 3-2, so 3 plus 1 4 times 2 8, and the Germans 2 3 4 5 6 7, so 8-7. And now he attacks the Goths. He places first a token, and now he attacks the Goths. So 4 plus 2 6 times 2 from Galerius 12, and the Goths 4 5 6 7 8 plus 1 for the Goths 9, so 12-9, and Maximian has defeated 2 armies. 5-3, Cappadocia, and now things turn quite good. Diocletian secures Persia. Well, no, finally he calls the fleet. I made a mistake. So he secures Persia, goes to Arabia, and calls the fleet. 4-5, Achaia, revolt. Now Galerius turns Achaia into unrest and waits for. Now the threat of the Goths is always there, so they have to be careful in this frontier. 3-5, Dalmatia, and Constantius' turn. So Constantius will clean his capital. 4-3, Thracia, and now Maximian cleans the Cumates, and so if the Goths arrive here, he is quite vulnerable, so he goes back. here and will be helped by his support and by Constantius. 3-5. So Dalmatia turns to revolt. And now Diocletian goes to Thracia and heads to Numidia. So now this is empty, clear for secure, but remember that the Goths can remove the border. 4-4, Macedonia. Galerius can secure Sarmatia. Okay, let's try. 2, so this is to check the propagation here, it fails. 4-6, Epirus. Constantius' turn, so he goes to Britannia. Now the revolt will propagate around Greece to Macedonia, and it stops in Thracia. 1-3 is Lusitania, so uprising. And again 4, so the barbarian army arrives in 4. The Goths are available. If they were on the board already, it will be a normal army, so nothing would happen, but the Goths are available, so they arrive in Sarmatia and remove the protection. I place one of these armies here to remind that only 2 are left. And 1, so the Goths don't advance. Now it's Maximian's turn, so he will try to help against those coming Goths. So now when they will cross, there will be 2 emperors waiting for them. 5-4, nothing happens. 6, they cross. Diocletian cleans Numidia to unrest and comes back, because now the fleet is here and the action will take place here. 3-1, Decumates. 1-6, Tarraconensis. Oh no, sorry. 1-6 was the advance of the Goths. So 1 + 1 2 times 2 4, and 6 + 1 7. So 4-7. Galerius is defeated. Now it's Galerius' turn, so he takes opportunity of revenge, places support, attacks the Goths. So 5 + 2, 7 times 2, 14, and the Goths are 1 2 3 4 5 6 + 6 12 + 1 13, so 14-13. He wins, so he strikes back. And now those 2, Galerius and Maximian, will try to secure most of the border, because they may arrive again. 5-3, Cappadocia. And now it's Constantius' turn, so he will secure Britain and come back to the Mediterranean. 5-3, Cappadocia, so uprising that extends to Cilicia, and the barbarian roll is a 4, so it's very, very unlucky. So the Goths arrive again and they cross. Now is Maximian's turn, so he will remove some revolt in Macedonia and come back to his defensive position to help Galerius. 4-4, so Macedonia goes back to unrest, and now the attack of the Goths. So the Romans are 2 plus 3, 5 times 2, 10, and the Goths are 1 plus 1 plus 1, 3. So they are defeated. So Galerius and Maximian are doing quite well against the Goths. Now Diocletian will secure Libya. Yes, so finally he does not go to Macedonia because it will turn into revolt. It may turn into revolt, so he stays in Cyrenaica. 3 and 4. So 3 does not propagate, 4 does propagate. So Macedonia turns into revolt. 5-5 is Cilicia uprising. That propagates to Bithynia, and the barbarian roll is a 2. That is protected, Britannia, and a 3 that is protected, Germania Superior. Galerius turns, so he removes again Macedonia and comes back in case the Goths arrive. 2-6. 2-6 is Narbonensis. Now is Constantius' turn, so he can remove the unrest in Narbonensis and enter Hispania. 3-3 Noricum, Maximian's turn, so he will clean Dalmatia because the Germania frontier is still unprotected, but well, we should maybe finish the rest before and leave these two for the end. 6-5, so this is Numidia. Diocletian's turn, so he cleans Achaia and Epirus. So now both regions are ready to secure with the threat of the Goths. 3-6, nothing happens, Pannonia Superior. Now Galerius will clean Bithynia and wait in Moesia Inferior for the Goths. 4-2, so this is Moesia Superior, nothing happens. Constantius will continue his war in Hispania. 6-5 Numidia, so we have uprising in Numidia, and again a 4. It's unbelievable. So the Goths arrive and they cross. So they attack Galerius. 5 plus 1, 6, and Galerius 3 plus 3, 6. So a draw, nothing happens. Now it's Maximian's turn, so he cleans Noricum, places a token, and comes to Pannonia. So now he will help the next advance of the Goths. 2-2, so this is Germania Inferior, nothing happens. 4, the Goths advance. 6-1, so no need to count, they are defeated. You see that everything looks good now. So these two are almost ready to secure, and the only one left is Hispania. Diocletian will get closer to the Hispania frontier. 5-6 uprising in Asia that propagates to Bithynia and to Thracia. The army arrives. 3 again, the Goths, and they advance. So now the defense was ready against Goths coming in region 4, but they arrive in region 3. Galerius' turn, so he will take advantage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he will attack the Goths with his 3 support, and he wins. So 5-5, 5 plus 3, 8, 5 plus 1 plus 1, 7, 8, 7. Okay, so the threat is gone now. 4, 3, again an uprising, so I'm not lucky in this game at all. Propagates to Moesia Superior and to Macedonia. And again a 4, so the Goths arrive again. And sorry, I forgot to check if they advance. They do advance. Now it's Constantius' turn. So Constantius prepares Hispania. 4-4 again an uprising that propagates to Epirus, and an army arrives in Britannia that is protected for Ludgunensis and rest. And the Goths advance. So now they have gone through Galerius and Maximian's defense, so they will have to react. Maximian's turn goes, so maybe the time the Goths advance, they can secure this border because they cannot arrive twice. If they are on the board, they cannot arrive again. So the strategy that I will follow now is I secure Germania and will deal with the Goths in Greece only. 1-5, so this is Carthaginensis, and the Goths advance. Now is Diocletian's turn, so he can secure Hispania frontier, and come back to Rome in case the Goths go through all these mountains. 1-5, Carthaginensis. 4, they advance. Galerius comes back as close as possible to Dalmatia and Sicilia. So now they are waiting for an invasion of the south of Italy. 3, so there is no propagation of revolt here. 5-4 again, uprising in Bithynia, and a new army arrives in Sarmatia, standard one. The Goths do not cross, and the other army neither. Constantius will come to their aid, so now all emperors must focus on this Gothic advance. 5-1 Arabia. The Goths do not advance, and the Sarmatians do not advance. Maximian, so you see the only frontier left is Sarmatia, so things are more or less good. They don't have access to this coast, so Maximian will try to remove some support in Moesia Superior. 3-1 Decumates. Goths do not advance, but the Sarmatians do. Diocletian will clean Numidia and back to Rome. 5-4 again an uprising. 2 Britannia. 4 Ludgunensis that turns into revolt. The Goths do not advance, and the Sarmatians advance 6-6, but Maximian is alone, and the Sarmatians have huge support plus the Goths. So Galerius will clean Proconsularis and back to Sicilia. 4-2, again an uprising. So, and the army arrives Africa protected. 1, so Egypt in arrest. The Goths advance, and the Sarmatians advance. So now the only hope to cut them from this huge support that is getting bigger with Egypt soon is to let them go into Italy and cut the retreat, but they are still there. So Maximian will cut it in Macedonia, hoping that the Sarmatians will not advance. 1, Egypt still unrest. 3-2, nothing happens. Raetia. The Goths do not advance, so I would have liked them to advance, but they don't. And the Sarmatians do advance. 5-4, so no hope for Constantius. Now it's Maximian's turn. He's out of the board. He comes back in his capital and tries to help from the north. So Egypt turns into revolt. 4-3, another uprising with another army arriving in force. So now you have 3 armies in Greece with the Goths at their head. 1, the Goths do not cross, so the Sarmatians following don't cross, and the other ones neither. So now it's Diocletian's turn. So he goes to Ludgunensis, turns into unrest and back to Rome. So he must finish his term in Rome. 1-3, so this is Lusitania, turns to revolt. And the Goths cross. Now if the Sarmatians cross too, everything is lost. But they don't. And the other ones neither. So now there is hope for the Romans. Galerius will go to Epirus, cut the support base and place one of his tokens and back to Sicily. So now the Goths advance because this is easy a normal link, and Diocletian has a +1 from Rome times 2 from Galerius. The Goths have +1 support, +1 because they are the Goths. Revolt propagates to Baetica, and now 4-1. This is Moesia Inferior. There is an uprising, but all the armies are available. And this is the Gothic roll. So 1-4. 1 + 1, 2 times 2, 4. And the Goths 4 + 1 + 1, 6. So 4 against 6 is not enough. And the Goths enter Rome. So you see that again that was quite well under control, but the Gothic threat is always there, and I was particularly unlucky with a lot of 3s and 4s. And finally the Goths themselves made it to Rome. So I hope you enjoyed this expansion that adds a lot of tension in this northeastern frontier. Bye.